What's up, Raiders? I'm Mimi de Armas.
And I'm MJ Lopez, and welcome to another episode of RaiderTake, your home for everything sports every month.
Today, we're taking you through the biggest moments across campus, to highlights, to film breakdowns, to stories that remind us why sports truly matter.
To start us off, we're heading to the studio where Hendrix, Dom, and Marco break down Gulliver Sports and beyond.
Our national championship college football picks were probably the most electric picks that I've seen in my lifetime. Stephen A. Smith, I'm sorry.
Next, we spotlight life behind the scenes with an athlete who shows what it really takes to train, study, and compete at the same time.
And boxing gave me an outlet to express my emotions, to express my anger, and to create this passion and this meaning for myself.
And finally, Nick dives into why athletic funding matters more than people may think.
Sports are one of the most funded parts of schools, often getting 3 to 5 times more funding than any other activity. But that's not for nothing.
Sit tight, because RaiderTake starts now.
You might be crazy, okay?
Before jumping into our debate segment, let's kick things off in the film room.
That's right, MJ. Elena and Carl walk us through the biggest volleyball moments and highlights that define this season.
Let's check it out.
Welcome to the film room. I'm Kara. And I'm Elena, and we're so excited to jump straight into some Gulliver volleyball. To start us off, let's look at a game against Ransom. Here, we're going to see some beautiful defensive plays by junior and Miami Herald's recently named Player of the Week, Kay Welty. Here we see she gets a kill off of an overpass from the other team. She finds an empty spot right next to the line and gets her Raiders some points. Let's see how she does it. You can see right there she jumps up and she finds that empty spot on the line.
That's right, Elena. Another great play was by junior libero Mia Lavalle, who gets an insane dig going from the middle to the right side of the court. She locks in and waits for the ref whistle to blow and then goes for the ball. Here she goes from the middle, straight to the right, and gets a great dig to give to Bree.
That's awesome, Kara. Now, stepping away from the Ransom game, let's take a look at how our girls work together to get our Raiders some points. Looking at a game against the NSU Sharks, we see Mia Lavalle once again playing libero, getting a beautiful dig from an attempted kill. Then we see her set up Dani Torre to set up Bree Napoli to get a right side kill straight on the line. Here you can see Mia Lavalle steps into position to get a beautiful dig. Then Dani sets up Bree, and straight down the line it goes.
One of the great plays by the girls. Another great game was by the Westminster Christian, when Bree starts off strong, getting an important point to get them into a good roll. Here she gets a serving kill, sending it to 6, but the players on the other side didn't know what to do and shanked the ball immediately. Here you can see Bree serve, and they shanked the ball. Later in the game, another great play was by middle blocker Maddie Bess, who gets in front of the Westminster outside and sends that ball straight down to the ground. She created a donut where none of the players on the other side could get her kill. Here's Maddie, block, and straight down.
Kara, those were some amazing points, and I'm so glad we got to share some of our favorite moments from this season. Anyways, back to you guys.
What a tremendous season from our girls volleyball team. Now, let's turn up the heat. Dom, Hendrix, and Marco are standing by with this month's debate. And trust me, they did not hold back.
What's up, Raiders? I'm Hendrix Milstein, and this is The Rumble, your spots for debates on everything from Gulliver Sports to the top headlines in the pros.
Exactly, Hendrix. And if it's about sports and there's a strong opinion, we're dropping straight in.
And a fair warning, things might get messy.
The Rumble starts now. Let's run through a big week across Gulliver's fields, courts, and pitches. Marco, what do you have for Gulliver Sports?
On the football side, our Gulliver Raiders just ended their roller coaster of a season. They took a tough loss to Monsignor Pace in the beginning in OT, but bounced back with big road wins over Benjamin, Kings Academy, and Belen Jesuit. Our 42-0 standout game against St. Brendan was our highlight of the season.
On to boys soccer, the Raiders came ready to play. With a 7-1 win over Key West, they ran through teams like East Ridge, Coral Gables, and Ferguson. with a 0-0 draw against Westminster Christian to finish out the electric start to the boys soccer season.
Speaking of soccer, our girls soccer team is coming out hot, following a 4-4 shootout against St. Brendan. They've collected wins over Eastridge, Miami Country Day, and a 3-2 win over Carrollton to establish the momentum for the season. With the fall athletic season underway, it's only right to talk about the Gulliver Pride and Joy, our soccer program. Both boys and girls. Who do we see as standouts? Marco, you can kick us off.
Right now, I got our senior forward, Dom Guerra. He's currently averaging 0.5 goals a game and 0.8 assists. Major contributor to our Raider Gulliver success. But I'm more impressed with the girls here, I'm not gonna lie to you. Freshman standout Carolina O'Brien is currently averaging 1 goal a game through 6 games. She has 6 goals and she's really good at soccer.
Yeah, and her veteran midfield counterpart, Kyra Krippendorf, has been great to start the season, recording a goal or an assist in all of her fixtures this season with multiple games with 2+ GA. That's something you only see out of the elite. And for boys, I get it, a 5-1-1 start sounds great, but here at Gulliver, we're used to early season dominance. So this is some newfound adversity in the win column that we're not really used to. And with some guys coming out with injury, like Sonny Garcia, Lennox, and Youssef, it's hard to really get back on track. And for us, if we're gonna win and we're gonna get back into that win column, we're gonna have to fall back on Gabo, our backline anchor, because when we go to him, he lifts us up vocally and physically with his strong play and leadership voice. If we get victories this season, I'm crediting Gabo, because he's gone through adversity, gone through challenges that he could not foresee, and is still working hard every single day.
I mean, Gabo as a leader, I really do love it, but somebody that I feel like has been leading a lot recently is Gonzalo Sr. You know, every time I go out to the soccer games, I feel like he has the ball. It's something supernatural, something crazy. He has the ball every time they're trying to initiate something. He communicates with the forwards, Dominic, and Marco communicates with the backs. I mean, he's really something special, and I think he fits in this midfield line just like a glove. It's perfect. 3 goals and 3 assists in 3 games. 1 assist, 1 goal per game, averaging. That's very good in high school soccer.
College football selection day is upon us, and it's only right to revisit our first ever takes this season. Our national championship college football picks were probably the most electric picks that I've seen in my lifetime. Stephen A. Smith, I'm sorry. I went with Oregon, Dom, I know you went with Indiana, and Marco, Ohio State. Your guys' picks are faring out pretty well, not as much as mine, especially with that loss to Indiana. But I just want to know, are you guys sticking it out, or are you guys switching to more of a dark horse candidate?
Why would I not stick to my Hoosiers, my Indiana Hoosiers? They're really loving my life. Like, it's brilliant what they can do. They're undefeated, Hendricks. And I don't know, you haven't said your pick lately, but they just beat Oregon 30-20.
Yeah, that is a viable win. I never said I was going to pick Oregon. I'm going to hold that on my pick because it's kind of a dark horse. I'll let you guys battle it out with your big dogs first, but you're going to be surprised with my pick.
I thank you for throwing it back at me, because I wanted to give another point. Their leadership. Fernando Mendoza, still, by the way, the #1 passer for touchdowns in the nation, okay? And he led his team to the #1 offense, #2 defense, and the #1 graded team in North America. That's leadership if I've ever seen it.
I mean, sure, I'll give it to you. Fernando Mendoza has all these pretty stats, this and that. I don't care. I mean, at the end of the day, Fernando Mendoza might win the Heisman. That's cool with me. But in reality, what Ohio State's there for is to win that natty. And with a good quarterback, great quarterback in Julian Sayin, they're sure to win. I'm not switching up my pick from last month. Give me Ohio State to win the natty. I mean, Jeremiah Smith, best player on offense. You will never change my mind on that point. And then on defense, Caleb Downs, best player on defense. You have the best player on every side of the field and the best quarterback. You're also not changing my mind about that one, which becomes the best passing offense in the league and one of the best defenses in the league. No one's beating them. They're staying undefeated.
Well, I'm happy that you guys stuck with your pick, but I mean, I'm sorry, Oregon. I'm sorry, Dan Lanning. It's not a national championship winning football program, and we saw that against Indiana. They were at full strength. They just couldn't beat them. So I gotta pivot. I'm gonna pivot to someone that might have just got embarrassed on national television. The Texas A&M Aggies. Yeah, I mean, I know they just lost 27-17 to Texas. Probably the worst loss that any of those players on that team will ever feel, especially being undefeated coming into that. But I actually think that's the best thing that could ever happen to them. Because I get it, their rankings dropped, but their will to win ascended through the roof. I mean, something that your undefeated teams haven't felt is that bitter taste of defeat in their mouth. And now Casey Concepcion and Marcel Reed have felt that and never want to feel that again. And I believe that they never will have to feel that again. Marcel Reed has all these doubters, people calling him the next Sam Darnold, choking in big pressure situations. Well, guess what? Sam Darnold might be the MVP. And Marcel Reed finna win the CFP, all right? It's this hate that creates a nothing-to-lose environment for Marcel Reed, an electric environment for the most electric player in the country, Casey Concepcion. How does this team lose? They're never gonna lose again. They have the heart, they have the will that Ohio State and Indiana don't have because they've never lost before. They don't know what it feels like to lose. That's it for today's Rumble. Thanks for tuning in, Raiders.
We'll be back with more takes and debates.
Because at this table, nobody holds back.
This was
The Rumble.
Wow, things got really intense. Now we switch gears to a story with some serious heart. Harper takes us on the journey of a boxer right here in Miami chasing his dream. Take a look.
Meet Logan Fidel, a senior at Gulliver Prep who's turned pain into purpose.
It was a really tough move because for me, having lived almost my whole life in France, I had to leave behind friends. This whole social structure I created for myself came at a very tough point in my life. I needed something to keep me going and something to keep me motivated.
Logan was in for a fight, just not the kind he originally expected.
He walked in here not knowing anybody, but he still was confident of himself, so I liked my first interaction with him.
And from the moment that he stepped in the ring, Logan started rolling with the punches.
And after that was like, Mom, this is a whole other level. I need to be in Miami. He came here and the boxing just had him so focused and he loved it so much that, you know, that helped him through that transition.
Boxing gave me an outlet to express my emotions, to express my anger, and to create this passion and this meaning for myself.
With his newfound passion and determination, Logan is ready to face any challenge head on. For Raider Vision, I'm Harper Migdal reporting.
Wow, what a really inspiring story. Coming up, Nick breaks down what it really takes to support student athletes and the programs that keep Raider sports moving forward. Stay tuned.
Your head's not in the game, and it's showing. Where's your leadership? The team looks lost. You're playing scared. You're letting the midfield fall apart. I need a leader on that field.
Don't worry, Copy. You'll be okay. Game pressure can be tough, but the band lets others know.
Athletes feel everything on the field. Now your team can see it. Motive Band. See emotion, control the game.
Finally, Nick jumps into a topic that impacts every athletic program on campus. Take it away.
Whoa, this new gym is nice. New track, new weight room, new training room. Look, sports are one of the most funded parts of schools, often getting 3 to 5 times more funding than any other activity. But that's not for nothing. Sports give students more than just exercise. They build accountability, discipline, and focus. According to the National Federation of State High School Associations, student athletes graduate with stronger GPAs and better mental health. The problem is, athletic opportunities fade fast. Once you step off the campus court, athletic spaces aren't as available, and sometimes school facilities are being used for other events. But here's the thing, most athletes don't stop at their school's gate, because they practice in parks, under streetlights, and on rundown courts, the real arenas of dedication. But those places barely get as much love. And think of all the athletes who didn't make the team and don't have a club team readily available. Where do they practice? In Miami-Dade, only 2.6% of the county's $12.9 billion budget goes to recreation and culture, the category that keeps these courts alive. And the money still has to pay for parks, nature preserves, beaches, marinas, and even the zoo. And when these places crumble, we don't just lose a space to play, we lose community, growth, and safety. When we invest in these community spaces, we're not just building these athletes, we're also building future leaders, one open court at a time. For Raider Vision, I'm Nicholas Greinberg, reporting.
That wraps up another huge month in Raider sports. But trust me, there's even more on the way.
We're so excited to keep bringing you these stories.
Until then, keep showing up, keep supporting, and keep that Raider energy alive.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time
on RaiderTake.